Today's lesson, we will continue to talk about functions in Learning Target 2 of Unit 5. We will be finding values of functions given an input or x value. I would like you to recall the substitution property, which states that if you're given an x value and an expression, you're able to take that x value that you know the number value of, and you can substitute it in for the x or the variable of that expression. So in this case, you have x equals 7 and 3x minus 2. You can take the 7 and plug it into the x of the expression of 3x minus 2 to get 3 times 7 minus 2. Then from there, 3 times 7 gets you 21. 21 minus 2 gets you 19. Okay? So we want to be able to use this process moving forward. So use the function f of x equals 5x plus 8 to find the value of the function given the following input values. So for number 1, you're given f of 4. That means for this function that you're given in the directions, 4 is what x equals. So I'm going to plug in 4 in for the x, or substitute it in, and then simplify my expression from there. So I get 5 times 4 plus 8. Now notice that because 5 and x are sitting next to each other, that indicates multiplication. That's why I get to say I'm multiplying them. Then from there I simplify. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 8 is 28. For number 2, your value for x is negative 6. So I plug that in. It gets me 5 times negative 6 plus 8. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Notice that I bring down the plus 8 with it. And then negative 30 plus 8 is negative 22. Now for number 3, we are given an expression of y plus 7. There is no difference between just a number and an expression that you plug in. I do the same thing. I plug in y plus 7 in for x. I multiply the 5 through to both the y and the 7 to get me 5y plus 35. In this case, 35 and 8 are like terms, so I can add them to get me the expression of 5y plus 43. For the next example, using the graph at the right, determine what the input and output values are of the point 2, 53. Describe what these mean in context to the problem. So looking at the graph, the x-axis is talking about days, the y-axis is talking about the degrees in Fahrenheit, and it looks like this is overall the temperatures in New York City. So remember from our last video, we talked about that the input is the x value, the output is our y value. So in this case, our input is 2 and our output is 53. So what that means in context is that the 2 is talking about the day in New York City because it's talking about the y or the x-axis. 53 is talking about the degrees in Fahrenheit because that's talking about the y-axis. So when you put those two thoughts together, you are actually saying that on the second day or day 2 in New York City, the temperature is 53 degrees Fahrenheit. Hopefully you found this video to be helpful. Thanks for watching.